Hi, everybody. Welcome to our open office hours. I know we had planned to have Kim Coleman with us talking about winning back members and re-engaging old ones. If you're still interested in that topic, let us know, because if there is a high interest in it, I will reschedule that one either in December or early next year. We can throw in an extra open office hours to have that topic come back around. But Kim Coleman did have a family emergency. So I quickly scrounged up some team members, and we have Kim White, our customer service, or one of our customer service engineers, and Jason Long, our customer service manager, to host an Ask Me Anything this morning with you. So thank you both for joining. Good. We still have interest in that topic. So I will have to reschedule that one, but that is okay.
It's a good topic. It's a good topic. It's not my forte, so
definitely Kim made beautiful slides on it all and everything, and so she's probably going to want to still have that topic be out and about. So I will try to get that on the books either December or January. So I'll figure that one out.
Excellent.
But for today, if you have any questions, throw them at us. Typically for these AMAs, we have pre-submitted questions that we can start off with. We don't have that today. So until we get questions in, Kim and Jared, if you have any common things we should chat about that could be helpful.
Well, we have a couple we were chatting about. I don't know if you had something we said.
I didn't make
interesting
notes.
To you. You didn't. Well, we talked about site health, and we talked about some plugins or reviewing, all the changes to the advanced setting page and what's available to you there, because some people don't know that's there. So I don't know if anybody in the chat has an idea. I'm trying to log in as my fake user here. Everybody's quiet.
We're using voices.
I wasn't actually sure how many people would show up to this open office hours anyway, due to the fact that the U.S. does have a major holiday tomorrow. But I am glad to see people are watching. But I guess let's dive into if we do have premium customers and they do submit a support ticket. Site health. Why is that important? Why do we need it?
Well, I'll start from my level, and then Jared could go to anything deeper. So quite often when people submit a ticket or a question, they're thinking, well, site health, it has nothing to do. It's just a general question. But what we get from your site health is a lot. We can, number one, we can see what your theme is, and if there's known issues. Right now, a major thing coming up with people who are using Elementor is Elementor Pro has introduced a caching that's automatically on. So if somebody says, oh, my content isn't showing correctly, and we see they have Elementor, it's like right away, we're like, check this. And I would say 99% of the time that solved the problem. We also bring in there our own thing. We can see how your levels are set up, which is very important if you're asking us a question about, oh, the payment isn't doing this or that. And well, we can see, oh, you have the expiration date set and you have the billing, so there's things that people don't know exist. It took me years before I understood what crons were in WordPress. We can see if your crons are running. That does things with our plugin that are very important, expires people, sends renewal things. So if we can see that, that can make all the difference between a long ticket and a short one. You can get a better response. It doesn't solve all problems, but it's really, and if anything, your site health has your site address. So we could at least look at your site, and maybe get a better idea of what's, happening. Because if we see your site and actually have access to it, that can give us information, right off the bat. Oh, you're doing this. And so very important, not just for us, but other plugins too, if you're dealing with them. So it's not a topic to be ignored, or not a subject. If you're submitting a ticket, even if you want to know how to do something on your site, if we know what you have installed already, we're not going to repeat something you already know. As we see, oh, they have this installed, because quite often people say, I want to do this and this and this. And I'll go, oh, you want to use this? And they go, I do have that. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what I use it for.
It's all very good.
Yeah, it saves a lot of back and forth in your ticket. I mean, a couple of years ago, I think we all would have to start a ticket off with, hey, do you have this installed? What version of something are you running? Okay, you're using the latest version. Let's go. Let's go to the next step and see if, it saved a lot of time. Sorry for the background noise.
Okay. We can't go with an open office hours without a dog of some kind, whether we're talking about our demo site, Must Love Dogs, or anything like that, where, dogs are our world.
Yeah, we even had load shedding the one time I was on. So
I see there's a question.
Yes, we do have a question. It's actually a Sam question. With the new licensing model that we had this summer, can they install the Premium PM Pro into an InstaWP instance? Yes, we do not track your dev site. So if it is any kind of dev site, and we're actively updating what is considered a dev site as we find more and more like URLs that actually do look like whether they're staging or dev or local. We do not count those towards your license key usages. Your license key usages will only be for your live site. So
your development site. Is that what it's called? I'm looking at the list we provide. Will it say live sites or development sites? I must have no live sites.
Active.
Oh, okay. I don't have any active. That's why it's not showing up.
I think it's active. But yeah, and then you also can, on your PM Pro account page, when you're logged into your account on our website, you can manage your license keys from that page. So you can see if you need to deactivate any, or if you want to regenerate your key, to put the regenerated key on your live site, you could do that. But for InstaWP, local, any kind of staging development site, those do not count.
I could show that screen if you want. I just activated a site just to prove how it worked.
We can, as long as you're not showing the license key.
No, I have that out of the picture.
Okay.
You can't have my license key.
I just don't want to have to take this video down.
Do I hit present?
Yes, you hit present.
Share screen, window.
And while you're doing that, real quick, Quinte Landlords asked, is Kim presenting on Winning Back, or is this now open question forum? Kim, the Coleman family had a family emergency, and she was not able to make it today. So this is an Ask Me Anything now. But I am seeing that we still have interest in that topic. So I will get with Kim when appropriate on rescheduling that for either December or January. So I'm sorry if we disappointed anybody, but we will bring that topic back.
Yep.
Okay. And then Kim, you're not showing your license key.
Nope, I shouldn't be.
Okay. So there you go.
So when you're on your account page and go to manage license, which I can't show because you would see my key. So this I didn't have before when we were talking. So active sites. So these are the only ones that count. If I were to roll up, you would see I'm using 1 of 5. And then you have development sites. And you could also deactivate these. You can't deactivate the others, which stale sites, which I guess are the ones that haven't pinged back for a long time.
That's correct.
And deactivated. Oh, so we keep a list. See, I'm even learning something. I didn't know we kept a list of deactivated sites now.
We sure do.
So you can go and you can see like, oh, I have Paid Memberships Pro on 10 sites, but these are the only ones, the active ones that are gonna.
Yes.
You know.
And we have another page on our site. I want to say it's Paid Memberships Pro /license key or license. But if you do realize, oh no, my Chrome is freaking.
I would do it, but once again, I don't know if I'm going to show my.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up
thing
on a different screen, but my Google Chrome is freaking out for a second. Paid Memberships Pro /license, that will let you if you have Plus, so you already have the max number of license key usages allotted. If you go to Paid Memberships Pro /license, there's a form you can fill out if you need to buy additional license key usages. There's that fun fact.
Is that there? I don't see that. What is it? License key?
/license.
Just license.
Because /license.
Not plural licenses, just license.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Oh, here, follow here to manage your key or purchase more.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's key management. That's how I got to it.
Oh, license key management.
Not an easy one. Because license explains the license more.
Yeah, there's a link in the right sidebar.
And I just put it in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
If you need to manage and possibly purchase more license key usages, there's your information for that.
I always think that's great because I've been building websites for 20 years now, WordPress sites for about 12. I know I would buy a license for some, and quite often before updating, I want to go to a staging site, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, this won't work on your state. And it's like, why wouldn't you let people have a staging site? Because you encourage them to test the product. So that would that we do that, I think, is great.
Yeah, it is great. And you can have so many different staging sites too. So
yeah,
that's really nice. I know my license key is used on a few demo sites. Okay, so another question from United Sidecar Association. How would you recommend mass deleting thousands of users from their site? I inherited a website that has over 5,000 WordPress users, but probably half of them are spammers or otherwise gone.
So mass deleting anything really is always, it comes with a couple of risks, because the moment you kind of start adding conditions to like how to decide if that person is actually spam or inactive, it gets a bit tricky. There are a bunch of third-party plugins in .org that you can use to just download or delete all of the users on a site. We have got a code recipe that Jason put together that tags inactive users, and then you can export them to sort of review those users and then delete them as well. So it's quite a developer-focused recipe. But that's kind of the PM Pro solution for it. I think we also have a tab in the users page for potential spam users.
Yeah, and but that only appears if
we've been monitoring the spam checkout kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, but it gets it's one of those that there's just so many ways you can do this, and you don't want to delete people that don't or shouldn't be deleted either.
Right. It's one of those things you probably just have to work through.
Yeah, with a lot of patience. Good luck.
Because once you delete, that's one thing. Once you delete them, they're gone. You know. I know I've had people ask like, "Oh, I had a user deleted. How do I get him back?" I'm like,
Yeah, no, there's no
A
trash
lot.
can for most of these things. That's
Would be interesting, a trash can for users. There
plug-in
we go.
idea.
Let's submit that.
Submit
And
that an idea.
not for us. That would be a WordPress level.
That would be
thing.
you.
would not
Yeah,
be
WordPress, definitely. Yeah, that'd be a WordPress thing.
Um,
Did you have anything to add?
I'm good on my side. It's a big one. So
All right. So Jim from Florida says payment plans is cool, but it isn't compatible with discount codes. Are there plans to make them work together? I don't know that they could.
there's so many moving parts in payment plans and how we kind of set the price and all that kind of stuff, that discount codes would probably need a whole lot of development made to it to really work and integrate well with payment plans. There's no plans right now of integrating the two. I don't know if we would. So I suppose we can't say never sort of thing, but
I mean, it would be an interesting idea to do that, but it would be a challenge to do that because it's not like payment plans creates different levels based on how you pay. It's that same level, whereas discount codes is set for that one level. It doesn't
on a level, yeah.
because it
almost like
overrides
the
your
payment-
level.
Well, it's almost like
settings.
the payment plans are discount codes in a way, because they're
That's
just,
how the add-on became a thing, because we had a recipe for years where you would create multiple discount codes based on those different prices. So yeah, I think at the moment, if you apply a discount code, it just takes the levels price and discounts that and
yeah.
and removes it from there. But yeah,
I mean, the other, we also had a code at one time. I don't know if we still have it, because when payment plans came out, that you could create the 3 levels, say that's your payment plans, and they would show up together. But that was a whole recipe, and I don't know if that would still be compatible with us.
the multiple levels. I don't think we've.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So in short, there's no plans for that right now. No.
The long-winded answer.
Yeah, we got to go the long way around first and just make sure. Yeah, Jim, it does get a bit complicated just because there's so many moving parts. And, if we add in functionality, we try and do it to support like the larger community kind of thing. And that's where the challenge in that case comes in.
Very true. Quinte Landlords asks, we use a spreadsheet to track new member intake steps. So the welcome email, a call, a receipt. We also use it to see who's coming up for renewal. How can we use PM Pro for these things instead?
That's a you question. Don't you work on our onboarding? Because that's kind of an onboarding type.
I've kind of done the onboarding. Yeah. I mean, PM Pro can help with all of those things, minus the call, but it could also, you also could have, once you sign up for your membership online, you have in, whether it's on their member account page or another page they get directed to after sign up, you could have that sign up for a call restricted content block of information of how to receive that call. Or you can ask for their phone number at checkout, and then you can call them at your own convenience without setting up a call. But from everything from the welcome email to the receipt to renewal, or if you don't want to have them manually renew, you can do the recurring subscription, so it's automatically renewed for them. So there's a lot that you can do without having your spreadsheet.
I think it's a really cool use case for using PM Pro like that, though. I mean, they're obviously handling properties and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and so you may not want it to be a recurring subscription. You may want them to manually renew if it's kind of like a lease thing. What I mean is, does PM Pro allow me to view a report or tracking sheet checklist instead of a spreadsheet?
Oh.
So we have our members list. The welcome email would automatically get sent out as soon as they check out for their membership level. They would automatically see their receipt or their invoice on their membership account page. So that's something that you wouldn't have to track. Is the welcome email and the receipt is something you would not have to actually track. We do have an orders table that you could see all of the orders come in for it. Renewals, again, you have your orders table, and you could see on the members list like when they expire to see if you need to reach out to them. But we also have the expiring emails that automatically go out as well. So they are notified when their membership is coming to be expired or has expired. They get both. And then as far as like a call, you could use the user field. So you could even do an admin user field only and check off on that member when the call is completed. And then you can show that user field on your members list. Because I think there's custom code to add user fields to the members list.
Yeah, that's probably the first direction is calling those.
Kim, do you actually mind pulling up the members list just so they can get an idea of what?
Actually, I have one pulled up now. Amazing. I was looking at that. Share screen. There we go. Window. There we go. So there's my members list. I only have a few members. Just started this site yesterday.
The overall idea here would be that you could add custom code to throw in some of those user fields that you could create to check off like when they do complete the call.
Let's see if I can find that recipe. Add members list.
I don't know what it's called, but I know we have it.
Yeah, it's all about searching. Members list, exporting members, orders, members account. Add a custom column to the members list. Here we go. So so here's the post. Add a custom column to the members list. And here's the code. That's to all users lists. Oh, because that's the WordPress one, right?
Right.
So we would want this. So if we copied it, now I don't have this column, I don't have this field, but if I were to add it
with our favorite Snippets plugin,
I copied the line I shouldn't have copied. I take the name of that, put it there, activate. Now, if I go to, and I think what this did is this adds a company. So if I had a company field, so now if I go back to the members list, there's a company thing. Now I don't have any content for that, but if I had content, it would show up there. And you could add as many as you want. With the screen settings, you can decide what you want to view. This is one thing people don't realize is here sometimes. So say I don't want to show their email, just want to show their display name. And there we go. Oh,
and you also can export this to CSV and put it in your spreadsheet if you choose to do so. But for the most part, everything that you're wanting to do, you can track right here on a members list or in the orders, which is the next tab over.
Yes, and I think we even have code that can add to the orders.
Yep.
That's a little trickier.
So I hope that answers your question.
And then, if you needed to check, so if this was a checkbox, I would go, oh, I need to go to Joan's profile and need to check off that. Like I said, I don't have that. Check off that they did that, and then it would appear there.
That is correct. Easy peasy.
There you go.
All right, so Malcolm wants us to talk more about security settings in terms of reCAPTCHA versus Cloudflare Turnstile. Is it best practice to use both, or is one enough?
I'll go there.
Okay.
That's a you question.
So security during checkout is kind of like caching. I would always kind of recommend against using more than one, just because they tend to conflict with each other. So yeah, it's normally better just to use reCAPTCHA or Cloudflare during checkout. Which one is really, I think, it's a case of preference. But yeah, that wasn't nearly as
detailed.
exciting as I could have made that sound. I'm sorry.
I haven't used Turnstile. Is it just another? I mean, because I'm so
it's
accustomed
very
to using
similar
Google.
to reCAPTCHA.
It is, but it's kind of got this nice.
It's like the
modern feel
invisible.
to it. Yeah, it feels new almost. Yeah, I don't know. It's
And I'm assuming
shiny.
you can get it for free from them.
Through
It's not like
Cloudflare,
something you have to pay for. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, so I guess like it's I think really using reCAPTCHA or Cloudflare Turnstile comes down to preference. With reCAPTCHA, we do have like version 2 and version 3 that you can select. Version 2 is not the invisible one. It actually is like that puzzle that the person has to complete, or like select every picture that has a traffic light in it. Where version 3, if I remember correctly, is invisible, and then Cloudflare Turnstile is invisible. So it really just comes down to preference.
But
I would only use one.
He's saying something about a nonce error.
Different user.
Was that a different user?
Different user, yeah.
Okay.
Although Malcolm is saying currently IPM Pro site has not been able to accept payments for 2 months as new users keep getting reCAPTCHA errors. Have a support ticket open for over a week with no resolution as of yet. Very frustrating.
I see Andrew has been helping Malcolm with this. So Andrew will be able to advise further. So I'll follow up with him in the morning as well.
Sorry for the frustration, Malcolm.
Yeah, that's not cool. But you just keep in mind that if it's not, I don't want to say it's you don't have to have it kind of thing. It's good to have, of course, especially if you're getting a ton of spam. But if things are going okay and you're comfortable with turning it off just so that you can get checkouts, I would definitely do that just as an interim fix. Otherwise, try and switch over to Cloudflare and see if there's also built-in PM Pro spam protection now as well that you can turn on.
Which we have a whole blog post on how to stop spam.
Maybe we can share that in the meantime.
There's the link to that. And if you don't want to read the blog post, you can watch my video.
Yeah.
That one has not been updated yet to include Cloudflare Turnstile. I don't think. I definitely have not updated the video, just because that's a lot of work for one little ad. But the rest of it gives you a lot of good tips on how to stop spam on your MemberPress or your not MemberPress. What am I saying?
We're gonna remove you now.
Yeah, goodbye. Your membership site.
There was another plugin that on the top of their plugin, when you looked at their settings, it said paid members, paid memberships. Didn't say paid memberships pro. I was just like, no, don't say that. But it is kind of a general term, so we do have everybody. Some people write us every once in a while for the wrong plugin because there are some out there that have an S or don't have an S, or
Yeah. I love the times where on the rare occasion we get somebody who confuses us for what they actually did pay for, and we're like, we don't even have a plan at that price. Like, we've never had a plan at that price.
Yeah, it's always crazy, like $5 plans kind of thing.
So yeah, that's always fun. I think I need
Which
more
is
coffee.
another good reason for seeing site health, even if for free users who have questions every once in a while. It really is nice to see the site health and go, well, you don't have our plugin installed.
Yes. Let's start there.
And I only laugh about it because it's been a long time. I've done all these things in my life. I've done that all the time. Like, why is this working? They go, well, it's not active. Oh.
Well, even yesterday I was working on a Codercy post and I tested it and I was like, this isn't working. And it was literally as simple as I did not have a level group set up that allowed for members to hold more than one membership in that level group. And I was like, I should have known that.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
Well. Granted. Well, like I had said, we're going to need a brand new person, because you used to be our brand new person that we could remember what it was like not to know these things.
I still kind of remember what it's like to not know. I'm not that into it yet, but we do have Christy, so I just need to get Christy on camera, and
get her to build sites.
She's definitely nice and green.
Okay. Because you do lose a sight of like what is obvious, like, oh, it's turn this on. Oh, it's like, oh, people don't know that's there, or
exactly. Another Malcolm question: what is the best way to test Stripe gateway integration from a staging site where the staging site's URL is different from the live site? Does it require changing the webhook URL?
Yes. Well, when you connect, so you're going to use staging. You're going to use your
Sandbox
test. You're going to use your test Stripe. Yeah, your Sandbox account. And when you click that connect, and if you say you want it to be a test site, it should create that staging stuff there and everything. So yeah, because it's obviously it's a different URL. So if you want to see if it's talking back, you can also, if you need to, and I do recommend this for people to do a live transaction before they go live, because if you've only been using the testing keys, you might find when you go live, something is wrong too. Just make sure the webhook for that URL is there, and those will be absolutely separate transactions from your live site. Right, Jared? Am I right? I have so many testing environments in Stripe. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, they stack up quite quickly.
And one thing that Stripe has introduced that I set it up, but I haven't tested up, is besides your testing environment, there's this thing called, it's actually a staging thing. So in my pull down, it says sandboxes. Have you done that yet, Jared?
I haven't.
Yeah, so I set one up, but I haven't used it yet. So we'll see how that works. But I still like being on the same
like a company kind of thing.
Yeah, I like being on the same profile one that the live one's going to be, but just with the test mode.
Yeah.
Test modes are awesome. Okay, so next question from Quinte Landlords. They are What?
There's a question from Webmaster. We're testing Cloudflare, plan on switching. We are having some nonce errors on the first transaction.
That was more of a statement. Do you have anything to add on that one?
I'm curious because we are seeing intermittent issues with PayPal Express. If you have any more info about that, which gateway you're using, do you have any caching? I don't want to turn this into a support call, but I'd really like to just know more because I want to fix this thing. It's freaking me out.
Yeah.
But we can continue. Thank you.
So Webmaster, if you could let us know what payment gateway you're using, and we'll see if that. Oh, PayPal Express.
Ah,
PayPal Express.
I think Webmaster is a premium customer, so if they don't already have a support ticket,
I might be
I would definitely
helping,
recommend
to be honest.
opening one.
Cool.
and
Thank
Jared will be working Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So,
you. Yeah.
because it's not Thanksgiving for him, so
No.
we're not wretches making him work.
Does South Africa have like a Thanksgiving holiday?
No.
Okay. You guys realize
So,
that you're grateful
we
year
do.
round.
Yeah. It's,
You don't need a day to remember it. You got it. Okay. So back to Quinte Landlords.
Sure.
They're a landlord association. Some members join and renew by check or e-transfer. We manually issue a PDF receipt and mark them as renewed in the system. Is there a way to add more automation to this?
so if you set up the level to be recurring, your orders will be created automatically on
Hold on.
every. No?
But the question is, are they using our pay by check plugin, or are they
Yeah,
just
that
using
might help. Let's
The-
take a step back and see.
Yeah, because we have a plugin that will add that feature, or are you just using that as the only gateway?
I could be wrong, but I feel like with the questions that we have gotten from Quinte Landlords that they are not fully set up and running on PM Pro yet.
Okay.
So they could be exploring. So as an exploration, we would probably say to use the pay by check add-on,
Yes.
which does allow you to process those checks and any kind of e-transfers or any kind of offline payment that's not connected to a payment gateway like Stripe or PayPal or anything like that. Yeah, they need to understand the features of PM Pro better. So now take it away. Now knowing that they are in the exploratory phase.
Yeah. Oh, not now. I can do my thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
No,
Sorry.
Can we share a link to the pay by check? No. Add on. So you get pay by check as a default gateway built in with PM Pro, but you also get the add-on, which has a whole lot more going on there, and that will allow you to have your levels sort of automatically charge for lack of a better word, and that will create an order for each user every month
Or year.
or year. Well, that's going to be expensive rent. That's,
Oh, it's a rental. Sorry.
no, it's cool. We're lifetime PMP, but still learning. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so you can those orders will automatically be created as soon as you receive those checks. You can mark the orders as paid, and that kind of can keep tracking on PM Pro as normal.
And then PM Pro will send
That'll send them emails.
It'll send you an email 7 days before, that it's due. It actually creates another order, so you don't have to create it.
But the process is still manual of an admin or a membership manager going in and marking it from pending to paid.
Right.
So there is still a bit of a manual process, but as far as email reminders, the payment completed, receipt that they would get, all of that would be available to them without having that being manual. It would just be the manual process of clicking the button that payment was accepted.
And you could use Stripe, which will let you do, depending on your area, pay by check. What do they call it?
Wire
ACF? Wire transfer. But ACF, no, not ACF. That's, ACH. Where you could pay by, you could do automatic from their checking.
Oh, that's
account.
like bank transfers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's a setting in Stripe that's rather nice, and it wouldn't be considered. You wouldn't need our pay by check add-on. That would be all Stripe handling that for you.
All right. We need more questions, people. What do you got for us?
That was a lot. ACH. See? Thank you, Webmaster.
Yeah.
Most of our members are on auto neural with Stripe. Thank goodness. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
awesome. So
that's-
you can tie all of those users into PM Pro then as well.
right, because you'll have your Stripe subscription, so you can
You've
import
got a
them.
subscription ID. So you can export those subscribers from Stripe, format the CSV file to match up to PM Pro's importer, and then you've got active subscribers. Then every renewal that goes through will reflect automatically in PM Pro going forward. So, the questions are coming. Let's do it.
And well, and what Jared just said sounds it's easier said than done. I'm glad that you are a lifetime member, because with the with formatting the CSV properly, it can be complicated. And
Yeah,
like
it's a big
I
move.
even messed it up, and it's hard.
There is
I do recommend support on that one.
another thing. If you want to do it manually, our subscription table will let you connect to an
Yes.
active subscription in Stripe. So you could try this with somebody if you mess it up, you can work with. You go to you have the user created, you give them a level, then you go to the subscription page, and there's a link that says, link subscription, and you can add that subscription ID, and then they'll be
That is
connected
correct.
to your site.
That's a magic new button.
So if you don't have hundreds to do, you could possibly do that.
Yeah, that's
manually.
true. Okay, we have a really, really fun question from Malcolm. What is your favorite Thanksgiving meal item?
Tell us.
Mm.
Jared doesn't have one, because I don't even think Jared has been to an
Yeah, no,
American
I'm just
Thanksgiving.
curious.
We'll have our next get together Thanksgiving. We'll do that.
That would
Yeah,
be really fun.
Oh gosh, there's so many things.
everything.
I love my pumpkin pie. But I like Thanksgiving is my
just
favorite
had the other
holiday,
day.
so it's really hard for me to pick a favorite, because like I'm only having a family dinner with 4 people, and I'm creating a feast that could probably feed 20.
Yes.
So everything I'm making is my favorite.
Right. If you're the
So what are you
cook,
making?
We're gonna have turkey and ham. We're gonna have 2 different types of potato casserole, stuffing, roasted carrots, broccolini, rolls, pecan pie, pumpkin pie.
oh gosh,
Am I missing anything? We're not doing mac and cheese this year, because my
Cranberry
dad's
sauce.
the only one that eats that.
God.
We actually don't do cranberry sauce. I don't think I've ever had a Thanksgiving with cranberry sauce. I know.
When I grew up and realized I could buy cranberry sauce anytime and have it. Oh, I mean, not that I do that, but it's just like one of those things. Well, and the thing is, I don't make this, but when I get homemade cranberry sauce, if I'm at somebody else's house, I think that is so good. But I have never tried to make it, because it just seems like so much work.
I feel like it'd be pretty easy. But
So-
I have to hand make everything being gluten-free, dairy-free.
Right. Well,
So
yeah.
I don't get to
I was
cook
just going to
things
say,
out of
so
the
is
box.
everything in that menu going to be gluten and dairy free?
No, probably about 75% of it is, though.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
impressive.
stuff that's not gluten-free and dairy-free are literally from my dad, because he won't touch my food. So that's fine for me.
But you can be around gluten, right? Because I know people.
To an extent, I can't don't be throwing flour in the air.
Right.
But like
Because-
rolls on the dinner table is not going to affect me, as long as my food doesn't touch the rolls on the dinner table. All right.
Local chapters. That's
Now
one thing I would like
back
to
to
get done.
PM Pro
Gosh.
stuff. Wait, Kim, what was your favorite?
Cranberry sauce, homemade
Yeah.
cranberry sauce. If somebody
Homemade
makes
cranberry sauce.
but also in the can. I'll take it in the can. I have to tell you a funny story. So my aunt, her birthday is around Thanksgiving, and she also was the one who always had. So I was at the mall, and there was like a candle booth, and they had a candle that was on like a beautiful glass thing, and it looked like a cranberry out of the can. If you've ever seen cranberry sauce just out of the can. And I was like, oh, this is great. This is a perfect thing. So I brought it for Thanksgiving, and I said, happy birthday. This is for, and she's like, oh, "Oh, she's so polite." She's like, "Oh, we can always use more cranberry sauce." I'm like, "Linda, it's a candle. I didn't bring you cranberry sauce." But it looked just like it. It was like that transparent kind of jiggly candle stuff. Anyway, I love cranberry
With the
sauce.
can rings on it and everything.
Yeah, it had the rings and everything. It was great. It was great. But she didn't have my sense of humor, I guess. So she didn't get it.
Okay, back to PM Pro questions. Thanksgiving fun is over until tomorrow. From Quinte Landlords, we plan to set up a multiple local chapters using PM Pro as central membership tool. We will use MailChimp to segment the email list by chapter. Is there an article explaining how to use PM Pro with multiple chapters? I don't think so.
So
The Rolodex does not recall anything.
would it be different lists? As like if you're a certain chapter, you get on a different membership list. Different MailChimp
Level.
list.
Oh,
So I'm thinking, like, just to simplify this a bit, if you went and set up a level for each chapter, and then you can segment your audience in MailChimp by the custom meta that PM Pro sends through. That also then allows you to kind of segment your list without having to like pay for the higher plans of MailChimp if you don't have to. But I don't know.
I mean, that's the way that I would do it rather than
Yeah.
one main membership list allows us to ID who's in each chapter. The way I would do it is what Jared was saying is
Yeah.
each chapter is its own level. That way all of the members are on your members list and you can then filter out who's in what chapter.
Yeah.
That's the way I would do it. That's the easiest way.
It's going to be the cleanest as well because you can kind of report on that data or data differently by saying, okay, cool. All of these people, your reporting will match up to your chapters and all that kind of stuff, at least as well. So
Yeah. The only reason why that wouldn't work is if you kind of like a fraternity chapter where each fraternity has their own like bank account. At that point, you would have to have like individual sites. But if it's okay that everybody pays to one bank account and they just have different chapters, then I would do the level thing.
yeah.
I would not make it more complicated than it needs to be.
Does your guild have a MailChimp mailing list?
I don't think so. They like manually export their members list to then mass email people through Gmail.
Right. Because your guild is part of a larger association, right?
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes,
that's why
it
I
is.
bugged you about that.
While we wait for more questions, we can go over the events that are coming up for the end of the year. We're trying to slow them down just a little bit to give us a little bit of a holiday break for Christmas and New Year's. But what do we have coming? Let's see. So if you are in our Slack community, we host async Ask Me Anythings where you can just chat online in Slack threads with us on your questions. So that's in our Slack community. We also have a community meetup where you can get on a Google Meet with, I'm always there. Kim Coleman usually shows up. Every now and again, we'll have some support members show up, but it's really just a good time to meet with the community. So those you can see on the event calendar on our live page. Our next Coding with Sam is going to be next Friday, December 6th. If you are not familiar with that series, I come online after picking a recipe 5 minutes before going live, and I implement it on my demo site, and we see if it works. If it doesn't work, we fix it. But it's a great way for beginners to learn how they can code on their PM Pro site without really knowing a whole lot. If I can do it on a live in public face, messing up, you can do it in the privacy of your own business or home. And then our last open office hours for the year, unless I can get the other one today's rescheduled. Kim Coleman on December 12th will be doing a workshop building a local news membership site at 11 a.m. And then I'll try to get the other one rescheduled, but we'll see. But we've got that. I think we've got one more coding with Sam after that. Yeah. We've got
Yes.
one more coding with Sam on the 20th.
Next Friday.
And then that will be the end of the year.
End of the year. Did Quentin
Okay.
ask something else about
Yes,
the?
we have more questions. Each chapter will have their own subdomain website using the same design template. Does PM Pro allow us to make a website change once and have it roll out to all the websites?
Is it
That
a
depends
is it a
what kind of
multi-site?
changes, yeah.
I think it must be a multi-site, and I think maybe our
Yeah.
logos idea is not a good idea for them because if they already have multi-site set up, then what we said is null and void.
It's not going to work. Yeah. Yeah, I think you might have to go for something a bit, explore some custom code around that then. Maybe.
Yeah, if it's a multi-site and you're making changes, if you're making it to the master, it should change all the sites, right?
I don't know how any
Like
of that
the
works.
theme and
Yeah.
stuff, normally, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a whole other ball of wax, as we say. We'll have Andrew and Kim talk about multi-sites. Take
Yeah,
those.
let's find out more
Again.
about that one.
It's such a hard topic. It's like very unique setups too. Another question from United Sidecar Association. What does the integration mean for the Buddy Press and BB Press add-ons? Can that integration be extended to another forum like WP4O?
I'm looking that up. I never heard of that one. Here we go.
I've seen it come up in support, although we don't integrate with WP4O. So our integrations, the BuddyPress add-on works with BuddyPress and BuddyBoss, and that's more community-based, kind of creating your own community there, and that allows members to get access to that or not. BBPress is more your forums, but it integrates only with BBPress. So
And Buddy
no,
Boss.
it doesn't, and BuddyBoss is so no, it doesn't integrate with WP4O. I'm not sure how it's set up, but if those forums are custom post types, you might be able to just use the custom post type add-on and protect the forum from there.
Yeah, it would take some creative thought. I mean, the reason why
And
they'll
maybe
work
custom
with
development.
Buddy Boss is because Buddy Boss has taken and forked. So they're using Buddy Press and BB. BB Press, all the presses. Oh my gosh. Buddy Press and BB, what's it called? The forums?
BB Press?
BB Press. Okay, so that's Buddy Press. All the presses.
BBPress. Yeah.
BB Press. I thought I was saying the wrong thing.
There's too many B's and too many presses, and
Yeah.
I can't figure it out.
But this form looks very interesting. I would look at this. I mean, one thing is if the
It's got like
developer
a
wrote
Stack
something.
Overflow kind of feel, yeah.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Other people are allowed to make integrations for a plugin. So if you had a developer or if you are a developer and you see this need here.
Before we go into Quinte Landler's question, United Sidecar was asking if you could explain more about CPTs for that CPT add-on.
So if the forums are set up as a custom post type, and I haven't played with this, so I'm not sure if it has, but the custom post type add-on will add the require membership meta box to each forum that you create, or custom post type normally at least, and that would protect the forum or the custom post type based on the level the member has. So you would just have to play around with that and see if they would actually work together or not.
I'm installing it. While you ask the
Do
next
it.
question, I will see what
Let us
happens.
know.
Kim is
how it
gonna
goes.
play around with it. Okay, so Quinte Landlord's question: what is the simplest event integration with PM Pro so we can track who signs up to our events and who attends, and so we can track member engagement?
I think we got a couple of blog posts on the recommended events calendars that we integrate with.
I know they're on our events for member only add-on page, which I will share the link
Yeah.
to.
I think we can use that. And those normally restrict the event to members with access, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that should kind of give you an idea of, especially, yeah, well, we're not sure about your chapters and stuff, but I mean, if you can track users by level kind of thing and who is signing up and registering.
I think it's important to know our integration. What it does is allows you to restrict, use PM Pro to restrict access to those events, but we really don't integrate like the member. We don't keep track of members signing up for those things or anything.
No, you're right. Sorry if that came across a bit blurry.
Depending on how many events you are doing, though, if you did want to track who is signing up to go to those events, you can create a level group that allows members to hold more than one membership within that level, create your events page and restrict it to members only. And then as members sign up for the event, they're signing up for a new level. And that would be how you could get your data of what members are signing up for that.
Right.
So that's kind of a workaround without using an events plugin or an integration
Yeah.
to get more of that tracking.
Just back to the forms thing. I installed the forms plugin and I installed the CPT integration, and it doesn't show up as on the list of CPTs.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I just saw now on the add-ons page that they have an integration that they've developed.
oh, did they?
I'll share that
the
link that
W2
Jared
forum.
just.
Oh, you're so good.
They've developed it. They'll support it, but we don't know. I mean, we haven't used it clearly.
I wonder if it's on our third-party add-ons page.
You should install Paid Membership Pro before purchasing, and it costs. That's not too much. I mean, $50. Yeah, it would be great to test. Maybe we should contact them. Put it on my list. Trash can for users.
Well, we are coming up to our hour, and it is past Jared's dinner time in South Africa. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm glad that Kim and Jared could jump in when the Colemans had an emergency and couldn't be here with me.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. If you like this content, like and subscribe to our channel, and I will get with Kim on when we can reschedule the winning back members and re-engaging old members talk, since that was of interest. And I'm sorry if we disappointed anybody, but thanks for sticking around and watching the AMA. If you're not in our Slack channel, go ahead and you can join at Paid Memberships Pro /Slack. I will drop the link in there. And we will see everybody next Friday with Coding with Sam.
And I'll be there.
Cool. I'll be watching.